Welcome to Evolve, Reinventing Leadership, Building Freedom Cultures, with thought leader and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast provides you with insights and ideas you can use to reinvent your culture through trust and the principles of interconnectivity, flow, and balance. At a time when the world is rewriting the rules of work, traditional leadership practices are not enough. It's time to perceive persistent challenges through a new lens. It's time to evolve.
Welcome once again to Evolve. This is your host, Yvette Bethel, and this episode explores the power of repetition. A team leader once said to me, "Members of my team tell me I never told them about different changes when I can prove that I emailed them." I asked this team leader, "How many times did you advise them of the change?" And the response was, "I emailed them once when the change was announced." The reality of communication is that when team members are busy, they don't always retain new information. Additionally, some people don't even read their emails, especially if there are hundreds of unread emails in their inboxes. It just gets lost in the freight. When communicating, leaders need to take into consideration learning styles and communication biases. Some people don't retain or learn by reading only. And in other situations, there are generations that prefer other communication modalities, like instant messaging. It's important to use communication channels and tools that specifically work for your team. And you can determine this by asking or by trial and error. Once you learn what works, then repeat your message several times using different communication modes like meeting announcements, policy issuances, and group chats to support retention by more of your team members. It's time to stop regarding repetition as irritating. It's important to shift your perception so you can view it as a very powerful communication practice. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Evolve, and I hope it gives you insight into the reasons for repetition so you can strengthen team communication practices within your team. This has been Yvette Bethel, and feel free to download this episode of Evolve or like it, depending on where you're listening to it. Thank you once again for joining me on Evolve.
Thank you for listening to Evolve, Reinventing Leadership, Building Freedom Cultures. Learn more about our proprietary trust, leadership, and culture courses and certifications at the IFB Academy. You can check them out at organizationalsoul.learnworlds.com.